Rumor 21, thanks for following. I don't need my hood on. It's not raining enough to warrant a hood. And another thing with hitchhiking is try to show your face. Never wear sunglasses. If you don't have to wear a hood, don't wear a hood. Let people see, like, your face is you. And your eyes really humanize you. So if you cover that up, people don't see you as much as a human. So make yourself seem human. Like, knock on wood, but like the rough patches weather-wise today haven't actually been that long, and then times like this it's actually pretty decent. Let's see if you're streaming and where you are now. This is graphic on YouTube channels. Well, again, I really appreciate that. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. I love that all of you are talking in chat, communicating me. I get to answer questions, talk about my passion, that is hitchhiking, and you get to follow me along. It makes my day so much more fun to have you guys here. Like, I really, really like it. Yeah, nods at everyone. Yeah, and like I was saying with eyes and humanizing contact, even though I can't see where the driver is, I look where the driver is, because making eye contact with someone is very it humanizes the interaction, looking into someone's eyes. If you want someone to like want to pick you up, like, I don't know, look friendly and look inviting to them. Look at them, don't just do 1,000-yard stare off into the distance and look grumpy. And people cannot, like, if you're walking down the street and someone nods at you, it's like, it's human instinct to nod back at them. And so even if they don't pick me up, like, half of the people that I nod to, they give me at least a little down nod back. But yeah, I look at every car that comes by and I nod at almost everyone that comes by. If they give me any kind of acknowledgement, a smile, like a hand gesture like we've talked about before, I give them a wave, just to let them know that I'm actually actively trying to communicate them without actually talking. Your first experience with hitching was such a good one. Literally the first car. Friends tried to work. The guy drove us from mountain range miles out of LA back to LA. Told us stories about from being a sports producer. Brought us beer. It was awesome. Yeah, that sounds like an awesome first experience. And I had a really good first experience too. Probably not as good as your first experience. But that's what brought me into hitchhiking was, I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I started hitchhiking because I didn't want to take the Greyhound bus from Kelowna to Victoria. It was in British Columbia, Canada. And it's like a 6.5-hour bus, and then an hour and a half transit to the ferry, then an hour 45 ferry, then a 45 to an hour transit to Victoria. I don't know what that adds up to, but I said, fuck it, I'm going to hitchhike instead. It took me about 15-20 minutes to find a ride. This guy drove me right to Vancouver, right onto the ferry, right to Victoria, right to my friend's front door in Victoria. And he's a super nice guy. And from that point, I pretty much sold my car and started hitchhiking instead. So, like you, I had a great first experience, and that first experience, like, gave me that motivation to just go all in on it. And I'm really happy I have. I've had a great time the past 4 years doing this. It's always just been for me, though. I just do it because I like it. But I'm really happy that I get to bring some of you guys into this too. So you get to see what I like, what I enjoy in my life right now. Yeah, I'm from Canada. I'm from a town on Vancouver Island, Canada, right on the west coast. I should put that in my info below my channel. that would be useful information. And you guys are full of good information or things that I should do. So thank you. Like yesterday, someone said I should give a bit more info in my title, just kind of saying where I am and where I'm going. Actually, speaking of which, I have to update that. Where did I say I was? Hour north of Nanaimo, a town called Comox. What town did I say? Wheeler. Okay, I'm gonna try and edit my stream title. It's really hard with this case on though. And people are gonna look at me like some dork. They're driving past me. I look like I'm hitchhiking, but I'm really just playing on my phone. Alright. Updating. Could help change titles and moderate so you can focus on streaming. I need to look at getting some moderators. I already know one that I'm gonna have. He's my old friend from when I worked at an outdoor store in Calgary, so I'm definitely moderating him, and I'll probably get a few. I don't know how that works that well because I'm new to Twitch. I don't know how to do it through this app. I'll have to. I have my laptop with me, and that's where I'm gonna do more of my in-depth kind of finagling with my stream. And I think if I do the motel thing tonight, that's when I'm gonna pick some moderators. I'm going to dry out all my stuff, charge up all my gear, try to do a little bit of troubleshooting, and then like set the stream up a little bit better. Like I am happy with how things are going right now, but there's so much room for improvement, and moderator team is part of that. So definitely some of the people that have been talking in chat, like I'd have no problem with making some of you moderators because you've been extremely helpful to me figuring all this stuff out, and I appreciate that. And if you're gonna be here and you've already been so helpful, like moderating would help me out even more. I'd be great, or a ton of help, so I do appreciate it. Type in !mod or /mod or something, but cool. Let me know this content is dope, man. Very original, I love it. Just mod everyone that follows. How many followers? I'm at 30 something followers in 4 days. I'm pretty happy with the growth so far of the channel. We're almost at like affiliate level stats on the channel in 4 days. I think I have to be live 7 days before you can qualify at all, but yeah, I think I need 50 followers, something like that. Thank you for everyone that has been following and stuff like that. It just reinforces that in me that people find this interesting, and if people keep finding this interesting, they keep talking in chat, enjoying this content, then I'm going to keep doing this, because this, like, I love hitchhiking. This makes it even better, because there's lots of downtime, and I get to share that downtime with you and talk about something I'm passionate about. We also get to interact together with these people that pick me up hitchhiking, from the weird people to the super generous, nice people. You get to see it all and be a part of that with me. Hey, from England, it's 21:55 here. What time is it there? We are at 1:56 p.m. Pacific Coast Time. And hey, Julia Carlson, welcome to the stream. Stream off hour when she first started out, she modded something like 50 people. She's slowly removing these people. I have 6,000 followers now. Yeah, I don't know how many you really need to start with. Yeah, I don't want to over mod everyone. As much as I think everyone that's been chatting should be a mod, I don't. How many mods do I need? Should you give everyone that power? But I have been extremely impressed with how polite and wholesome, even when a few people come into chat, criticizing the choice of hitchhiking a bit or just warning about it, even they have been very polite about it, and I explain why I like it and my experience with it, and no one's been really negative about that. So there hasn't really been need for actual chat moderation yet, which I'm extremely impressed with. So great job, guys. But yeah, I'll need a few mods. I don't really know how many I need though. How to earn money while on the road. You say you've been doing this 4 years, and it seems like you have something figured out. So when I say I've been doing this 4 years, I haven't spent 4 years on the road. I've spent 4 years either traveling or in the process of planning and saving up for another trip. So I've been traveling, then I go home, get a job, work, save up money, travel, go home, or home varies. I've lived in a few different places now. Get a job, work, save up money, and just repeat the process. And I've been on several trips. So yeah, I haven't done 4 years straight. I've just done several trips in that 4-year time. Yeah, and what I was doing for a lot of that was selling outdoor gear to make money. And I'm just a very frugal person. Both when I'm living, saving money, and when I'm traveling. I don't spend very much money. So I don't need to work for that long to be able to travel for a very long time. Like, I hitchhiked through 23 countries in just under 8 months in 2015, and I spent, including flights, $3,700 Canadian, I think, was the final total. It really doesn't take that long to save up 3,700 Canadian if you're not, if you're not going out to bars and stuff like that, and you are willing to live in multi-occupancy housing, like you're not buying or getting a one-bedroom for just yourself and stuff like that. If you want to travel like ultra low cost and stuff like that, like living in kind of unsavory living conditions will probably prepare you for the uncomfortable living situation that is traveling for a very low cost. Like, it doesn't get much more low cost than hitchhiking and sleeping in a tent. I think when I looked at my trip, including flights and everything, I was looking at like $13 a day Canadian, so $10 American or something. That includes flights, that includes everything. But if you just look at a day-to-day average cost for just food and stuff like that, we're well under $10. First couple days here, I've allowed myself to splurge. Like, I got tacos last night, and I got eggs for breakfast this morning at a restaurant. And just there, that's $10 for each of those meals, which is unnecessary spending. But I've been willing to let myself splurge a little bit. Gave you a lift today is my friend of 20 plus years, and you're Russian. Say so hello from England and Russia at the same. That's amazing. Christian from the other day, you're his friend, and you came here and chat. I love that. That's so amazing. Well, welcome to the channel. Thanks for showing up and talking. It's great to have you here. That's so awesome. Christian is probably the nicest guy who's picked me up so far on this trip. Just a really nice guy, and he bought me dinner at a diner. Exchanged contact info. He was going to send my phone a text. My phone's been in airplane mode except for Wi-Fi, so I can't receive texts, but I should turn it on so I can have his number. We even gave it a hug goodbye, so you've got a really good friend in Christian. It's awesome. I figured it was something like that. If you're ever up Toronto way, hit me up. I'm really into outdoors. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure I'll be through Toronto at some point. I've hitchhiked through Ontario 4 times now, and I probably will again. And yeah, I'd love to meet some of my viewers. because you enjoy watching this, like this interests you, there's a good chance we're gonna get along. Like, so I have no problem meeting up with people. If there's anyone kind of on my path, let me know. Like I'll for sure give a stop by, and then maybe I can leech off your power or something like that, which is the problem I'm running into now. And a shower. I could really use a shower. There is an ocean right there. What do you think, guys? Go for a little swim. A swim. Pants are so baggy. I'm not used to wearing baggy pants. Baggy. Hey, it's Cam. This is so great in a chain. Looking studly, man. No one can look more studly than you, Cam. That chiseled jaw, the flowing hair. And you're tall as hell, so that's good too. So it's cool that you showed up. Thanks for checking it out. How'd your first exam go? I knew you were studying. You're studying real hard, which is typical Cam. Never stop studying. This guy has the I don't know, whatever he's doing, he's dedicated to it, and it impresses me. His work ethic. I've never had work ethic like that before. Can't see what you chose as your name because my lens covers the bottom part. Ruiner 21. You and Mark studying very hard by watching this. I bet you. I'm surprised you took a break from studying at all. Because of that goddamn work ethic you have. You don't take breaks. I need to check what my jetpack battery life is at. It could be getting pretty low. I'll do that after this line of cars. No, that's really cool that Christian's friend is in chat. I really like that. Because yeah, like I said to the last guy, like I'm hoping to get a few of the drivers into the channel, into the chat, and then like a lot of these rides are really short, and we don't have enough time to really get to know each other that well. But if they come back into chat, any questions you had that I didn't get to ask them because it was just a short ride, or I missed some stuff through chat because I'm focusing on interacting with them, then you'll have that opportunity to ask these people those questions you had. Because I know you guys have got to know me a bit, and you want to know about these drivers, but when I get in, quite often they're very curious about me, so I end up talking about myself quite a bit. And like before, someone's like, start asking this guy about himself, and I did that, and then he just went right back into asking me questions. I'm like, I tried to give you guys info about this guy, but he just brought it back to me, and yeah, so I do my best. Oh yeah, checking that jetpack battery level. 32. Okay, that's very acceptable. What's the meaning behind your name, Cam? Don't mind me asking. Ruiner 21. Because Mark's is cheese, and there's an inside story to that one, and I'm quite happy he chose cheese. But yeah, what's the backstory behind your name? It's probably obvious. Maybe I should know, but I don't know off the top of my head. I think I'm gonna do the motel stream tonight. I'm gonna show off my gear. We're gonna dry everything out. I'm gonna recharge everything I have. So I'm ready to go for tomorrow. You made a small Photoshop for me. Geez, I don't even know the best place. Can you share it in chat? Is that a thing? Like, what's the messaging system on Twitch? Whispers? Can you send them a picture on Whisper? What did you Photoshop? I'm slightly concerned and also excited. Yeah, I'm not sure the best place to send it. Add me on Facebook, I don't know. That's cool though. Someone's gone out of... Yeah, I could give you my email. The email I'm using for this project I have is hitchlive0@gmail.com. Hitchlive0, the number 0. Yeah, I know. What's a Facebook? I've heard of this Jake Paul person, but because I don't really know more than that, I'm gonna say I'm not. Cameroon. Okay. I got it. I wasn't sure if there was like some inside thing to it. I just wanted to make sure I knew why you chose your name. Got Cheese and Runer, my old school friends. I've known Mark since I was in elementary school and Cam we met in high school. So it's cool having you guys in stream. But yeah, we've had people from Wales, Ireland, England, Hungary, Russia. Anywhere up? Can we pick you up? If you're in the area, yeah, give me a ride. I'm curious, at some point I'm sure I'm gonna get a viewer ride, and I'm looking forward to that moment. Because again, I'd love to meet some of you. If you guys are interested and passionate about what I'm doing, I'm sure we'll get along great. But yeah, anyone chat? All done sent? Alright, I'll have to check that. Next time I'm not standing on the side of the road, I'm going to pull up my other phone, pull up my email, and I'll check out this Photoshop. Do you want me to show it on stream? Is that a thing? Or is this a personal Photoshop? Look at it later at the motel. Okay, I can do that. If you want me to show the stream, I can make it so the stream can see what my screen shows, and I can show the stream all the work you put into a little Photoshop for me. Also, at some point, if I become affiliated, then I'll get, people that subscribe will get a Twitch emote that they can use in chat. I'd be looking for ideas for what I should do for my Twitch emote. It's up to me. Alright, well, as long as it's like not something inappropriate, I'm sure I could show all the people in chat. Can I dab on every car that passes you guy because they're haters? No, I will not dab on them because of haters. There's plenty of reasons to not pick people up, pick hitchhikers up, and only a few reasons why you would. I don't hate on anyone that won't pick up a hitchhiker. No. And I feel like if you're going to enjoy hitchhiking, you can't be annoyed by people that won't pick you up. You have to understand that there's valid reasons to not want to pick people up and be content with that. Hey, we got a ride, guys. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. How far is that? Anywhere in that direction, huh? I am documenting what hitchhiking is like, so this is video and audio recording. Is that something you're comfortable with, having video of you? It's okay if you're not, I understand it. It's not? Okay. Well, thanks for stopping anyway. I do appreciate it. Yeah, have a good day, man. Yeah. It's the second ride that's happened to, and I get that. Sorry guys, we had a ride, but it wasn't comfortable with having video recording of him, which I understand. So, you make emotes? Well, yeah, if you have any ideas or anything about emotes, let me know, because it looks like we're gonna pretty quickly be at affiliate affiliate requirements, which means I think once you get there you can have subscribers and emotes. Shame about that ride though. I'm not gonna blame anyone for not wanting a camera in their face though. You're kind of getting into their space, into their privacy, and shoving a camera in their face. For obvious reasons, that's not a comfortable thing for a lot of people. Christian is an amazing man. Met in Russia. Information on hitchhiking in other countries. England, nope, not popular. No one ever stops. Russia, on the hand, very popular. Yeah, I hitchhiked across Russia. It was very easy hitchhiking, but I went to Russia without knowing Russian, which was a bad idea. Like, the hitchhiking was fine. Everyone I met was nice. I just couldn't connect with them as much as I do when we have a language in common. And I did hitchhike through England. I got by. I made a few mistakes. I got in trouble with the police a little bit and stuff, but I did get by. But yeah, Russia was quicker for sure. And you got long rides. When you're on that one highway going east-west, people are going a long distance, so you get long rides. Where do I sleep? I sleep in a tent. But tonight I think I'm gonna get a motel because all my batteries are running dry, and all my camp gear is soaked. There was a big storm that came through last night, so we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna do some logistical things with the stream. People have been telling me that I should turn on donations and stuff, so I might do that. I'm just a little leery on that because the stream has been pretty inconsistent, and I just want a quality product that people can watch and enjoy if they want to donate. You a skull because someone shoot kids inside of you? That is brutal. That is brutal. Was it bad for me to repeat that? I feel like it might have been bad for me to actually say that. Well, I did go to Russia, brave man. Russians were super friendly. And the thing you'll experience, or have experienced while you're traveling, I'm not sure if you have, is that people are people regardless of where you go. Yes, there's cultural differences. There's gonna be little cultural differences and stuff like that, but a person is a person, no matter where you go. So people have a bad, I don't know, outlook on Russians. I think it has to do with like Russian politics and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean Russian people are like their president. So I met some extremely friendly people. Almost everyone was extremely friendly in Russia. I had almost 10,000 kilometers of Russia to get across. I went from the Latvian-Russian border to Vladivostok on the east coast. Am I going south? Yeah, I'm going south down Highway 101 in Oregon right now. Nope. Currently in Oregon. I'll still be in Oregon by tonight, most likely. And then maybe cross into California tomorrow. I'm so flattered, thank you. Yes, we Russians are alright, but crime is still high there. Yeah, in places, I'm sure. I had some drivers tell me about some places I shouldn't be, or they're saying cheetah, CHITA, so there's lots of, they called it bandits around there. But I never ran into that. Is that luck, or is crime not that high there? I don't know. Where did you start? This trip I started in northern Washington, Port Angeles. I'm from British Columbia, Canada. I actually hitchhiked from Kelowna to Vancouver, met up with my friends who are in chat right now. Took the ferry to Victoria, spent a night in Victoria, then took a ferry to Port Angeles. There's a streamer who is homeless in Cali. Actually, I think I've seen his stream briefly. Kind of an interesting stream concept. I like it. Maybe I will. I think he seemed like I think I stopped into his stream once when I was doing like market research for what IRL streams are kind of like. And I think he seems like a nice guy. Can we coordinate this? He's got 100 viewers usually. Pretty cool guy. I'm not sure who he wasn't. He's kind of just funny. He doesn't pay attention to us or our OGs. He uses people. I don't know. I'll have to do my own independent research. It seems people are mixed on him. I'd like to do some collaborations and stuff like that going forward with different people. But I'll kind of pick people I'd want to collaborate with based off of their interests and how that meshes up with mine and stuff. Yeah, people in chat, what do you like to see? Don't do it with VP? Okay. Alright, I'll take my chat's advice. Unless something changes. A few people have said probably don't. I'm gonna take the majority rule on that one. You'll give me a ride at Make It Cali? I'm guaranteed I'll be in California pretty soon, so I'll take you up on that. What part of California are you in? I had one guy pull over. I asked him if he was okay with the camera, and he said he wasn't. So he carried on, and I went back to hitchhiking. So I had a potential ride, but it wasn't comfortable, and I get that. I knew that was going to happen fairly frequently, so it's not surprising. Sacramento. I don't even know where that is geographically. I apologize, for my just not knowing U.S. geography well, but yeah. But only if you don't work. That makes sense. I'm not gonna make you skip out on work just to give me a little ride. But I think it'd be cool to do a viewer ride. Thought about buying a bike? Not for these trips, because I hitchhike because I love hitchhiking. So no plans on changing my mode of transportation. But I do like biking. It's just when I'm out hitchhiking, I'm here to hitchhike. But if someone drove past on a tandem bicycle and I had a spare back seat and asked me to hop on, guaranteed I would hop on that tandem bicycle. Cycling cross-country stream. Yeah, I think I heard that some dude's cycling from Texas to California live streaming it or something like that. And I always thought highly of people that bike tour and walk and run across long distances. Getting from point A to point B, that's a long ways away, under your own person power, I think is admirable. Because even though I'm kind of just I'm hitchhiking, so I'm kind of, I don't know, going by how things just go. I'm still going under powered vehicle, so Yeah, it's still easy. Like, I think hitchhiking is easy. You just have to actually want to do it. Where biking across Canada or something like that is not easy. No matter how you put it, that's not easy. What do I stream? Hitchhiking. It's my 4th day of streaming ever. So I stream hitchhiking and only hitchhiking so far. Hence the name Hitch Live. This is hitchhiking and it is live. Oh, at Big Wheel. Sorry, I'm not actually. You guys are talking amongst each other, and I'm just reading the end of it. So I'm again new at this. Streaming, doing car stuff. Video supervisor giving nod to each driver. Yeah, a little humanize each interaction, even though it's only like a fraction of a second or up to a second. Look at them in the eye, give them a nod. Know that I don't know. I acknowledge your existence and I respect you. Where do you sleep? Mostly a tent, which is right there. That green thing on the side of my bag, that's my tent. What's hard about hitchhiking in Canada? Just less roads and less people. Actually, hitchhiking in Canada is quite easy for the most part. If you're going east-west or west-east, like, you've got your Trans-Canada Highway. It's one highway, and a lot of, especially once you get out of cities, people are going a long distance, so you get long rides, and you they come pretty quick. Like, I'm standing there with a sign that says east. Person driving past is going east too. Yeah, my longest rides have been, or some of my best rides have been in Canada. I got a ride from near Ottawa, Ontario to Lake Louise, Alberta, which is right at the Alberta-BC border. That's over 3,000 kilometers, over 3 days, and we took turns driving. Canada is very big, so you'll get some long rides. But yeah, if you're going like to more rural areas and stuff like that, yeah, you'll run into traffic problems, just not very many cars driving past. And when that happens, if there's no cars driving past for 10, 15, 20 minutes, like there's no chance you're going to get picked up when there's no cars. So that's disheartening. As long as there's cars driving past, there's always like, it keeps your spirits up because you think maybe the next car, maybe the next car. But when there's no cars, you know you're not getting picked up because there is none. Hitch a ride on the back of a moose next time you go. That is so Canadian. Is it against the law? Depends where you are. In the U.S., I have some information down below in my frequently asked questions, which I made that. I made the legal one before I even started hitchhiking down here because I knew people were going to ask that or tell me it was illegal. So I made that for the US before I even got here, just to get that out of the way. So there's a few states where it's illegal. It's illegal on interstates, so you can hitchhike at the top of the on-ramp to an interstate. Once it's actually the real interstate, then it's illegal. It's illegal in national parks. Yeah, I think that covers it. In Canada, it's illegal on certain highways, like the Coquihalla Highway in BC, the Inland Island Highway on Vancouver Island, and in like Ontario, any 400 series highway, it's illegal. So 401, 407, those are all illegal. But again, with these highways, you can hitchhike on the on-ramps. The on-ramps don't qualify as the highway as long as you're at the top of them. Yeah. Up in the UK, you don't see many people hitching a ride. Yeah, hitchhiking in most places has gone really out of fashion. Like, it's still common in a few places, but for the most part, hitchhiking is a lost art of traveling. I'd like to see it make a bit of a comeback because I think it's an awesome form of traveling. I have hitchhiked through the UK before. I hitchhiked through Wales, England, Scotland, up to northern Scotland, took a ferry to Orkney Islands, hitchhiked across the Orkney Islands, took a ferry to the Shetland Islands, hitchhiked around the Shetland Islands for a while, and then I flew to Norway. and I really enjoyed my time there. People were very friendly, especially when you get into rural areas. Like, I think I've told people before, my favorite times hitchhiking are hitchhiking small town to small town in rural areas, especially when you're in a new country. Being Canadian, I think, helps. They pick you up, they're curious what you're doing, what you're doing in their small town, and then you tell them you're Canadian, and they want to like show you around. It's a really cool experience. Weirdest ride you've been on? Oh, you got some weird ones. What would the weirdest one be? Well, like, I don't know if I can pick a weirdest one, but like just on my first day I didn't get in the car, and it's one of the rare times I've turned down a ride in a car because of someone's character. He just seemed like a really, really off guy. He pulled over, I came up to the car, opened the door, and said, "Hey, how's your day going?" My rule is I always talk to someone before I get into their car. It's me managing my risk while hitchhiking. I'm not going to get into a car with someone without there being some kind of interaction first. So I say, "Hey, how's your day going?" He responds with, "Do you want to ride or not?" And I don't remember exactly what I said after that, but in my mind, essentially what I'm thinking is, I did want to ride, but now I don't. So I think I said something along the lines of, based off of how this interaction went, I'll wait for the next ride. Thank you for stopping. Have a nice day. So that was my weirdest ride on, it wasn't a ride, but it was the weirdest interaction with someone who was going to give me a ride on this trip. How do I make money? I work when I'm not traveling, and I don't spend that much money when I do travel. A few years, he gave a guy and his girlfriend a ride. They're in the middle of nowhere and found 100 miles from any local village. Had to give them a ride as it was raining hard. Yeah, it sucks to get stranded out there. When I'm traveling with all this stuff, I'm pretty much prepared for whatever the elements can throw at me given that season. Like, I don't have winter gear here. Sorry, there's some rain on the lens. I'll deal with that in a second. So I don't have like a winter parka or anything like that, but I have gear to accept or appropriate to the conditions for this area in this season. So I shouldn't, even if I get caught out for a couple days, I'll be safe. I have food, I have water. I got everything I need to survive. So yeah, even if I'm caught out, I'm comfortable that I'm safe. Where can you pitch your tent? Now this is a gray area in this whole trip. I want to keep this trip as legal, above board as possible because I'm live streaming it. I want to follow the rule of the law. But camping is a tough one. When I camp, like, see that forest up there? At the end of the day, I'd probably just walk up into there, set down my tent. When I do camp, I follow the leave no trace kind of rule of being in the outdoors. When I leave in the morning, as soon as I leave, you should not be able to tell that I ever stayed there. I don't make campfires. I don't cut down any bushes. I just set down my tent for the night, and I take it down in the morning. I don't know how Twitch would like that. Usually the authorities are kind of just okay with it. Like, I'm trying to respect the nature of wherever I am. I'm trying to respect the land around me. I don't want to destroy anything. I don't want to make anything worse. But I'm probably breaking laws by free camping on public land. I try to avoid free camping on private land, as I can understand people not wanting to be on their private land. Yeah, get to Cali, it's nice here. I'm on my way. You're a tough cookie dude. I like to camp and travel a little more into bushcraft. Yeah, I've never gotten into bushcraft. It seems really interesting. All my gear is synthetic and technical. I don't know how to survive without all my equipment. I appreciate, or I admire people that are into bushcraft and living off the land like that. That's actually really cool. I like that. I sold outdoor gear and equipment for work, which kind of fits with the with my interest, I guess. Furthest hitchhike you've done? If we're talking one ride, it's from a town called Deep River, Ontario, just west of Ottawa, to Lake Louise, Alberta, which is on the Alberta-BC border, and that was just over 3,000 kilometers over 3 days. Second longest ride is from, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation or even like the whole name of it. I think it's Nizhny Novgorod to Novosibirsk in Russia, and that was again over 3 days, and that was just shy of 3,000 kilometers, I believe. Where am I exactly? I'm in Wheeler, Oregon. Kept your location for the night. Hush, hush. No, I would say. See, and that's what I've done so far. Is when I'm done hitchhiking for the day, when the sun goes down, I don't hitchhike at night. What I've done is say good night to my viewers and turn off the stream, and then I go set up my tent in the bush. I thought the same thing as you. I thought Twitch would be okay with that if I wasn't advertising it, wasn't broadcasting it like that, then everything would be just fine and dandy. Because as far as I see it, when you're around civilization, the only truly legal way to do it is to knock on doors and get permission to camp on private land, which can work. I've done it before, but yeah. I went from Astoria to Wheeler. The problem is we were going down the 101. I got one ride to like some junction thing, then I got another ride, and the 101, there was a landslide and the highway was closed, so we had to backtrack, go all the way back, make up all that ground I just hitchhiked, take it a separate highway, go all the way around and connect back up with the 101 here in Wheeler. So I've only gone like an hour, but there was a landslide there and we had to detour and go get around that, because the 101's closed just north of me now. Current destination is, I don't have a fixed destination. I'm just going to go south, get to California, and then if I'm still enjoying this, which I think I will be, I'll just start heading east, go across the southern United States, and then maybe back up the eastern seaboard and just see where the road takes me. Hey, thanks for all the follow. Thanks for follow, Big Willie. I've missed a few. I'll try to go back on them. I'm just trying to hitchhike, read chat, see the followers, respond to all your questions at the same time, and this is all new to me now. This is my 4th day of live streaming ever. Don't say good night. Home streaming, you can stream setting up the tent. Well, the past 2 days I've streamed taking down my tent and then walking out of the bush. If you check out my VOD from yesterday or my VOD from this morning, I don't know when they post, you'll see my tent setup and everything like that. Just when I turn on my stream, there's not many people watching, so there wasn't really anyone. I think there was one person that was interacting at that point. Yeah, the 101 was closed. Yeah, we found that out. Everyone was turning around. The police were walking through, telling people that the road was going to be closed for a while. Have you ever been in a remotely dangerous situation while doing this? The scariest moments I've had hitchhiking have been driving-related instances. Had a few very close calls, both due to just chance and bad drivers. Thankfully, nothing really bad happened. But of the actual people I've got into cars with, like I told about people about that guy I had the first day in the United States on this trip, where I just got really bad vibes. I turned down that ride. If you're hitchhiking, you have to be comfortable. You have to have some rules set for yourself, and you have to be comfortable telling someone, no, I'm going to take the next ride. Because when someone pulls over, there's almost an expectation that you have to get in that vehicle because they pulled over for you. That's not the case. It's you still have the free will to make the decision whether or not you get into that car. So my rule is I talk to them before I get into it. Like just start with a, hey, how's your day going? Where are you headed to? That kind of thing. Based off of how they respond, you can judge their character enough where you can feel safer not getting into their car. That's what I recommend that anyone does while hitchhiking to avoid the actual dangerous situations of meeting weird people. Talk. Had a great idea. Cycling cross-country stream be worth streaming. You could even save all the footage and YouTube it later. It very well might be. I do like what I like about hitchhiking is the interactions with the people that pick me up. If you're cycle touring, it's just you, or you and whoever you're cycling with. So I think there's definitely a market for that, I guess you could call it, interest in that. But part of the exciting thing about hitchhiking is that you're meeting people all day. You're in and out of cars. You're interacting with the local population, learning about the local areas. And that's one of the things I like about hitchhiking that you don't get with cycle touring. Hey Mark. Yeah, it's kind of slow going right now. I had a guy pull over, but he wasn't comfortable with the camera, which I understand. So, but it's really no big deal. I've got quite a few people now watching the stream. Big Willie, thanks for following. And everyone's talking, so it really keeps me occupied, keeps me entertained, I guess, because this is like the down period of hitchhiking. There's lots of it, but having you guys watch this and interact with me really makes that down period, which is usually pretty boring, it really makes it more fun for me. So thanks for chatting and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm still in Wheeler. Yeah, we're in the mid-20s now. That's yeah, everyone that's in the stream, thanks for checking it out. I hope you find it interesting. I know we're not really catching a ride right now, but that's just how she goes. Like in all my hitchhiking, my average wait time's in the 15 to 25-ish minute time. We've probably been here 30 plus minutes, 30, 40 minutes. So yes, that's above average. We're talking about like the median of all my hitchhiking wait times, but it's still very normal. So I'm not that concerned. I have equipment to be outside in this kind of environment, so I'm just enjoying actually live streaming this and talking to you guys in chat. So yeah, VODs after the stream ends. So yeah, so actually no, because I ended the stream a couple times because I was having connection issues earlier. Maybe there'd be a VOD from this morning where you see me like pack up my sleeping bag, my sleeping pad. My tent was soaked, so that's why I kind of turned it on early. I wanted to show people all this stuff. And then I set the phone outside and showed me taking down the tent itself and packing it into my bag in the pouring rain. So that might be in my channel now. I don't know what you'd exactly be looking for. It would be posted this morning. Fingers turn on donations, that really helps. It's getting late here in Newfield, got to go. But come and visit in England anytime. Welcome to our home. It's on Facebook. Great. Don't lose your voice when I was talking to stay safe. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, at some point I might turn on donations. I just wanted to get a more stable stream before I do that. I really appreciate you chatting and all your support in chat. So yeah, have a great night. I know it's late there in England, so yeah, good night. Coming right into Sacramento. Okay, yeah, and and you were gonna give me a ride in Sacramento, right? Hello, Helixon? That's how I'm gonna call it. Am I in the Middle East? Not right now. I was last fall. Looks like we got a ride, boys. I was in Abu Dhabi last fall. And Dubai. Let's see if he's okay with the camera. Hey, how's it going? South. Whereabouts you headed to? How far is that? Okay. Yeah, anywhere in that direction would help me. Now, I'm documenting the process of hitchhiking via live stream. Are you okay with there being video or audio? 30 seconds? Like it's live, so there's people watching and talking.
As in like before.
Like, yeah, so like...
As in I'm good, I just need to get rid of it.
Oh, you need to get stuff ready for 30 seconds?
Yeah, I just needed to get this down.
Okay, so bag in the back? Yeah? So the bag though? Yeah. Just set you down. So, yeah. And there's people chatting and stuff, and we can talk with people from all over the world.
Alright, so seems like a fun project. There you go.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So where are you from?
Canada.
What up?
Hitchhiking around the US, showing people what hitchhiking's like. Because I've done it for 4 years and I've had a great time doing it. I kind of want to show anyone that's interested what the process of hitchhiking's like, the people that I meet, the experiences I have. What's your name, by the way?
My name is Elias.
Elias?
Elias, yes.
Trevor, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stigma around hitchhiking.
There certainly is. People don't really do it anymore, but I don't think it's as dangerous as they make it out to be.
Especially around here, Oregonians are nice.
Yeah. I've actually had a great time. I started in Washington, northern Washington. I've been working my way down Highway 101. It's my 4th day, and yeah, I had a really good time doing it. The biggest problem has been with because I'm live streaming.
Yeah, there's a dead zone right after Garibaldi.
Is there?
Yeah.
We might. So where do you live?
Dishwasher.
Yeah.
Cook. I actually work at an old folks home.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Do you see many people hitchhiking around here?
Yeah, quite a few people actually.
Just not this time of year in the spring when it's raining?
Actually, surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few? Okay.
People gotta go places.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I do it because I enjoy the process of it, and meeting the people. Not because I need to. I could afford to travel by other means, but I decided to travel this way because I enjoy it. And I like meeting people like you. I end up in places that I would never have gone to under my own volition because if I was just driving.
You go there, so you didn't know, yeah.
Yeah, but local people have.
Like you see people walking along the edge.
Yeah, but we're on that corner. Yeah, like you shouldn't.
Three hitchhikers in the last couple of years.
But
the smoker.
Like shorter rides, meeting new people, in and out of cars. It's a fun way of getting around.
I've never been a social butterfly myself, but you know, I couldn't. I don't think I could do that. Like,
no?
if I had to, obviously, yeah, but like for fun, I couldn't.
But like I tell you, growing up, nice thing about hitchhiking. Step, someone pulls over for you, and they're already inviting you in. Are we live? I don't know if anyone can see or hear me. It says I'm live, but there's no viewers. I don't know. Oh no, it says I have 4. Can anyone in chat say if they can see or hear me? Place. This is the last plate. And that says it's not okay. I don't know. We're having connection issues. This is the problem with the format of live streaming hitchhiking is between rural areas. No? Very laggy, buffering a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I need to figure some stuff out. Chat's frozen on my screen. Maybe that's why I can't see anyone chatting. How do I reset this? Because the regular chat I use is only showing when I first log back in, but I can see on the stream at the bottom the little chat that shows up on screen. Chat's frozen. So okay, I can only read one message at a time that shows up on the bottom of the screen right now, unless I do a fresh reset. How'd the last ride go? Dude was awesome. Really down to earth guy. He's only 20. He's picked up a few people. I think. I want to be able to tell you and like so you could go say hi in his channel and maybe he'd come join our channel and stuff. My chat's still frozen. Some proper LTE speed. And maybe there I'd post up for the night. Oh, am I ever right? Then I guess? Yeah. A fixed destination. Actually, before I get to that, what I'm doing on this trip is trying to show people what hitchhiking's like because I've done it for 4 years in 25 countries, been picked up 700 times, and no one knows what it's like. So I have this, which is video and audio.
So I just felt like God wanted me to pick you up. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, appreciate it. Oh, you gave me the front seat too.
I do have a dog, please.
I love dogs. I love dogs. It's all good.
I'm going to go to the back. So he's live streaming. Lost your phone. Sorry about the mess.
Yeah, so I'm live streaming the process of hitchhiking, as I think it's a bit of a misunderstood art form, I guess you could call it. But right now,
and gents.
Well, I really appreciate you guys grabbing me. You drove past, turned around, and came and grabbed me.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Looking, you know, we all have dogs with them and stuff. Yeah. And so a lot of time hitchhikers, they don't look decent.
Yeah.
And I said it like the girls, I'm like, this guy looks clean. And kept going my way, and I'm like, I feel like
it's a very social way of traveling, so this is what I'm doing.
That's cool.
I don't do it because I need to, I do it because I want to and I like it.
The social interaction and stuff.
Yeah, and I stick to smaller highways like this because what ends up happening is I go from town to town. I'm in and out of cars. It's a cool way of getting around.
Yeah. Now, how did you get stuck in between, just like out there in the middle of nowhere?
So I
you
lived
dropped
around there.
Oh.
Yeah, just dropped me off at there's face for the pepperoni stuff.
Okay.
I bought a $1 pepperoni, 2-foot-long pepperoni stick, and continued on my way.
Okay. Now, where in Canada are you from?
I'm from Vancouver Island.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
This kind of all this rain.
Far from Seattle.
Yeah. So Vancouver's right above Seattle, and then the island is right next to that. So.
Yeah. We used to live in Seattle. I worked for the Seahawks for 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you do with them?
Security.
Okay. Yeah. And what brought you down here?
Well, we live in, you probably went through a town called Rockaway,
Yes, I did.
and there's a camp there called Twin Rocks, a Christian camp, and I'm a chef and here, so,
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah. So we're going to be coming at, this is, yeah, Tillamook, we're coming up, this is the
Town. Okay.
cheese.
Actually, yeah, one of my
Part people can go in, it's
okay.
right over there.
That's yeah.
But we're going to Fred Meyer's.
Is that a grocery store?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's, I mean,
In town somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, anywhere in town. The problem with this is like live streaming uses a lot of batteries, and I have to, this also uses batteries. It's receive the signal and sends a Wi-Fi signal to here. And I've gone 3 days now without being able to charge everything. And,
oh wow.
I'm gonna die
Yeah.
battery-wise
Yeah.
after today, so I think I'm stuck.
So do you just camp, or do you stay at hotels and stuff?
I camp here. I'm just gonna check how the signal is here.
Because there is a, I mean, I don't know if you do hotels and stuff, but there's a Shiloh right over here. There are hotels and stuff if you're looking for a drive.
Oh yeah, I've got my chat's kind of broken, but I can see in the bottom individual messages. This guy is viewing from Wales.
Really?
And he asks every driver if they know of Wales or if they know anything about Wales.
Wales, Canada, or
Just I don't know, like asking if people know if I got my last ride, and then I lost everything, and everything crashed and burned.
Okay.
But I
is
only
there
stayed
a way
4
that we
years.
could keep?
From my bag.
Sure. Well, I'm gonna park and then.
Yeah,
we'll
park there.
get
I'll
your info.
grab my
Is
bag
it
up.
just on live stream?
Live
Like
stream.
app, or-
It's the website's called twitch.tv. Oh. Awesome.
Hanga, can you lean?
Yeah, get everyone in here.
Seatbelts.
And the rain comes down. Oh, okay. Let's just take me 1 second. Let's see. Stored internally. I only keep like. Actually, that's probably a better idea rather than standing out in the rain.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
So, do here or inside?
Oh.
It's a tech. I guess you do have the car.